So what I'm doing here is I've got some magnet wire. It's 26 gauge. 9 wraps around. Part of it's going to get cut off. Slathered it with a lot of glue to help keep it in place after. It's getting the very first bit down that's really difficult. Initially I was having trouble on figuring out how to get this into place, because you can't really wrap it at the very end, and then I realized just do it more at the middle and slide it into place and drop it with glue there. I should be counting these as I do them. Now, bit of glue, slide it up to the end. So I have been picking particular ends. When I was cutting them, some of them got a little more damage than they should be. This one's a little scuffed up, so it's going to get covered in copper. The other end happens to be perfect, so it's a match made in heaven. 1, 2, 3. Glue dried the wire a little quicker in place than I thought, so all I got to do is wrap some new ends here and trim off more from the other end. I'm going to leave those set in place. One thing I'll mention is that when I was doing these test cuts, they seemed fine until I actually took them and measured them up, and they're actually short, every single one of them. And they needed to go down to 32.5 millimeters. I had cut them around 33 to 35 millimeters, so the cutting wheel itself took away the difference, and these came out pretty much on spot, I had thought. However, once they're sanded down, filed, and smoothed, that took them all down below the minimum size they needed to be. So I cut new ones. This time I cut them at 40 millimeters, far too long. Sanded down, filed down one end to get that nice and flat. That would be the dressy end. And then I cut down to the other and sanded that down until it fit perfectly. And for that I'm just using this bastard file here, trying to keep as parallel as I can. So for the eventual Jupiter 2 auction, where I sell off everything that doesn't get used and the model itself, with all the money that was invested in the model going to charity, one of the items is going to be these three spare brass legs, the 3 original legs, and I'm going to put in all the extra aluminum cuts that I made out of this, the tests and everything. Here's another one. This one needs to be re-glued down again. Once these are fully set, I'll be taking the Dremel cutting wheel and just kind of shaving this down from 9 to 6, so I'll go in at least 3. And hopefully I'll even get it correct. Yeah, that's good. This is going to look good. I may have to adjust it for angle depending once the actual leg is nearly in place. So I'll have to keep that in mind. There we go, we have 3. Now it's going to be a matter of setting these in place and drilling the 2 holes through here with the drill press. Yeah, so I may have to adjust this for the particular angle that the leg's going to sit at. And I don't know what that is offhand. So I can't drill those side holes until that's ready to go. Actually, what I can do, and would you look at that? Yeah, so I don't think these cuts are near sharp enough. I'm going to have to angle that a little better. I'm going to have to wrap some new wire across the top of that and trim it specifically. That is